Hello, my lovely witches. I hope this video finds you well and creating exciting things. Today, I thought I would show you a bit of a flip through, if you want to call it that, of the cards in my manifestation box. So I showed you the manifestation box in an earlier video, something that I created to hold my manifestations. So things that I want to bring into my life. Most of these are fairly straightforward concepts, as you will see when we open up our treasure box, which is a bit stiff. There we go. So inside, as you can see, it's now getting fairly full. I've still got a bit more room. I can add more to it. When it is full, I think I will probably create a new manifestation box and leave this one intact as is. And inside, I have created over various different sessions some little cards to manifest things into my life. So this is blessings. I'm going to pop them up there. This little booklet one is prosperity. You know, I do a lot of prosperity magic. It's something that I enjoy working with, enjoy doing, and find it quite effective. This one is to bring magic in. Some of these I have shared on my Instagram. So you may have already seen some of these. There's some beautiful pieces of ephemera from friends. This is from my friend Miss Maya, sent with love all the way from Finland. These are these beautiful stamps she's created, plus some of my own stamps and some purchase stamps, etc. I stamp all the little words on. Calm. We all need calm. This is actually the back of a playing card. So you can use up any kind of cards that you've got, whether they be clothing tags, playing cards, cards people have sent you, anything. And you could use, you know, old tarot cards. I also think it's a great way to use up scraps of papers, ephemera you've made yourself, ephemera you've been hoarding. It's a nice way to use the ephemera you've been hoarding, because I often find, for me, when I'm making these, I know that these are a little bit more accessible and perhaps a little bit less timely than my journals or my books of shadows. So my books of shadows, although I do refer to them again, they're more about a process and a period in my life. So these cards, which are sitting in a box on my altar, and I can take them out and stick them in a card holder like you would a tarot card to bring a particular energy in. Within the box, they are bringing in that energy by themselves. But they feel a little bit more sort of permanent, a bit more like a deck that you're going to use all the time. So those pieces of ephemera that you hoard because they're just so precious can have a home here. Plus, as I said, it's a great way of just using up your stash, little scraps. This is I love this set of cards. It's actually a Lenormand deck, which is used. It's a sort of a playing card deck, but with additional symbols added to it. I hated working with it, to be honest. It was my least favorite deck to work with, but I loved the cards. I love the backs of the cards, and I loved that a lot of the cards have cool imagery on them. You can't really see anything on this one, but they make a great basis for these manifestation cards as well. And this is just a little scrap of scrapbooking paper that I've added to. For passion. use up some of my stickers. This one was a great image from a book that I pulled out and stuck on here. And these have been done over various different sessions, different times. It's a fun thing to do if you just want to do something small. This is an old business card that works well as well. Yeah, if you're just feeling creative but you don't want to do a whole art magic spell or create something big or even do a spread in your book of shadows, it's fun to just pull out a card and you know, stick some curated little pieces on. This one's actually a piece of ephemera from Snail Mail from Molly Roberts, but it also, I coloured it in, and it feels like it belongs in my box as well. I've used buttons and my all-time favourite wrappers from Chocolate Money. This picture of a toad I just love so much. And then a little bit of trim. This is a teeny tiny ticket from a board game that was incomplete that I bought in the op shop. So these tiny little tickets can also come in here. I sometimes don't know when I get ephemera packs and printables and things, I sometimes don't know what to do with the tickets because I don't really use them in my sort of junk journaling type books of shadows. And they fit the bill here as well, so I may be doing more of those. And this was from a page from a bridge scorecard pad. So you can really use anything for these, and they come up really beautifully, and you can add whatever you want to them using whatever media you prefer. This is a quote, a Dumbledore quote. Sometimes it's nice to add those in as well, almost like a sort of affirmation card. This is from a clothing tag, and this is also from Molly Roberts. You may, if you're on her mailing list, have received this one in her emails. I use snake imagery quite a lot in these. I hadn't realised quite how much, which is interesting. This is another old playing card. Drawing of mine, a sticker. This one is a little scroll, which you can also use. And it utilises one of my, it's hard to unroll, it's been rolled up for so long, one of my sigils and some pretty paper that I painted with various different media, including some brusho crystals. So if you didn't want to do flat cards, you could add scrolls instead to your box. This is cut from an old postcard, sigils and things added to it, stickers, stamps. Lots of my handmade stamp ephemera goes into these cards, and also some hand-drawn things. This one was a card that, or part of a card that was a sort of a thank you card from a purchase I made on Etsy, which I've added to. Another playing card, and sometimes I let quite a lot of the playing card show through and sometimes I don't. That's totally up to you how you do it. And you can see sometimes I heavily decorate both sides, and sometimes I leave one side either plain and blank, or in this case covered with a scrap of gift wrap. And this is another piece of Molly Roberts ephemera, which was an intention or spell in and of itself, and so it also felt like it belonged inside the box. So there we have it. That's my first filled manifestation box, and I hope to add more and maybe create a second manifestation box. I hope you enjoyed this very quick little video and it inspires you to maybe make some tiny art magic. Yeah, let me know if it's something that you think you would like to do, something you maybe already do. Share with me. I'd love to see your pictures. You can tag me on Instagram at Corrigan Moon Leopard. Yeah, show me what you're up to. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Thank you so much for being here with me. It means so much, and it keeps me keeping on making these videos. Bye bye, my lovelies.